All right, everyone. I won't sound the alarm just yet. I'm going to put out a warning just in case. It is April 29th, 2013. Here's the headline. Obama signed Operation Ring of Fire executive order for nukes and martial law. And I'm going to take you to another website in a moment. We've got one more day left in the month of April, and then we go into the month of May. Now, there's a lot of concern floating around the internet regarding May 5th and this event. Many people are having dreams of when the bombs come down, we go up in reference to the rapture of the church, and others all over YouTube. It's a phenomenon. Are having dreams of some type of bombs exploding or a nuclear event. Now, this comes from before it's news, and I can't verify the information, but it is accurate, and I can't debunk it either. So with that said, here's the headline. Obama signed Operation Ring of Fire executive order for nukes and martial law. This is where this lady is reporting from her inside source, who is a Navy SEAL, but there are, throughout the United States of America, various locations where nuclear devices have been planted. And that on May 5th, which is coming up, it's also Cinco de Mayo. I don't know if there's a connection there or not, but these nukes are to be detonated. Now, I just uploaded a video to my channel before doing this one, where in San Diego, California, there is another insider who is coming out, speaking out against the nuclear facility there in San Diego not to restart these reactors, that there will be a nuclear disaster. Let me take you to this other website real quick, and I'm just presenting this as information. I can't debunk this yet. I've tried, and so far I can't validate the story, and I can't debunk it either. So I'm not sounding the alarm. I'm going to put out the warning. The general in the Pentagon has held a covert executive order in his hands. Obama himself signed this executive order for nukes to be detonated. And that what we understand that the bombing at the Boston Marathon was just a prelude of what's to come. It was a test run to implement a complete takeover and martial law in the United States, and to meet Agenda 21, to lower the population control, to bring the population down in regards to the new world order. Late last night, my SEAL contact called me to share more. He is sensing his time is short to be able to communicate with me, and he admitted he will be disappearing soon this week. I urge him to do so for his own safety and for the battle that is to come. Because of the importance of accuracy in journalism, to the best of my ability, I pressed him once again about this nuke detonating operation and the date. How do you know for certain, though, that the military is planning to conduct this operation on May 5th, 2013. That's only a few days away, everyone. I am never comfortable with date setting, the young lady is stating, and have told my readers this many times. First of all, if the anticipated event I reported on does not come to pass, it tends to serve to discredit my accuracy in reporting. Readers forget that dates can be set and people can later change their minds for various reasons. It happens all the time. And you and I have done this ourselves at times throughout our lives. It looks to me like the person that is making this claim, that they have an inside source, who is a Navy SEAL that is giving them this information, is leaving themselves a little leeway, a little way out, possibly. Also, prayer changes things. Indeed it does. God can move the hearts of men and change their plans, even as the Bible faithfully records. Let it be fully understood that I did not set this date nor give it. It came from my contact, who was assured that this was initially accurate. My SEAL contact replied that the general in the Pentagon that I have been communicating with has held the covert executive order in his hands. Obama himself signed this executive order for the nukes to be detonated. I remember just sitting there in my vehicle, horrified, speechless and in shock. How could any national leader be so evil as to use those elements in our U.S. military that are supportive of the New World Agenda, or the Antichrist kingdom that has been set up now to destroy thousands upon thousands of innocent lives in America? But then, hasn't Obama been working hard to eliminate from the U.S. military those people who will refuse to fire upon their fellow Americans under a state of martial law? And that is indeed fact. Where these brochures were handed out, these questionnaires rather, to military officials, would they turn their guns on the American people to see the response of who is willing to participate in this. It is the U.S. military who run the very FEMA camps that will someday incarcerate and terminate millions of fellow Americans under martial law. I want to make mention, I've seen a video by her YouTube channel, is Rev. Michelle Hopkins, where she uncovered what appears to be a very, very large FEMA camp, internment camp, with a guillotine and a massive location on this site where there are graves that are 6 feet in depth. Everything all set up. So subscribe to her channel, Rev. Michelle Hopkins. A lot of things are coming to light here in the very end days. Now, she goes on to explain, hasn't Department of Homeland Security been buying up millions of rounds of ammo and delivering huge military armored vehicles to police departments nationwide? I've reported on that myself. Indeed, this is fact. Not fiction. This is fact. This is true. Obviously in anticipation of something big to happen in America. And like I stated, a lot of people are believing the Boston Marathon bombing, when they implemented, and they did, martial law, when the city was in lockdown, with guns drawn in full SWAT gear, military-type gear, and individuals dressed in military attire, camouflage, that said United States Army, with their guns drawn, went door to door and searched the homes. But that was a practice run for this event that is scheduled to happen on May the 5th, if this is accurate. That's why I want to put this out here, a just-in-case scenario. Now, she goes on to say, I have also received reports of large military convoys moving across this nation in various locations, including just the other day in Washington State. I've reported on the same as well. That is a fact. Clearly, there are those elements throughout the U.S. government and military who are willing to murder their fellow Americans in the name of implementing the New World Order agenda. For America, let's look at the mute evidence. Over 800 FEMA Homeland Security detention, actually termination camps scattered across America cannot lie, and I agree. They are real. They do exist. Again, check out Rev. Michelle Hopkins' channel, and she has uncovered one. Thousands of prisoner boxcars with shackles cannot lie. Thousands of modern military guillotines stockpiled in military bases cannot lie. Numerous foreign troops pre-positioned throughout America and Canada and Mexico cannot lie. Deadly chemtrails sweeping through the skies. All you need to do is to wake up, is to look up. You want to wake up, look up and see what is raining down on you, these chemtrails, that is poisoning the population, and it's all part of the New World Order agenda, Agenda 21. Look it up. Chemtrails sweeping through the skies of America cannot lie. Deadly Monsanto seeds of death for a world population reduction agenda cannot lie. Do your research. And so much more. As far as Monsanto, this blast, explosion at the fertilizer plant, that company was in the process of suing Monsanto. The truth is, Americans have been marked for death by the New World Order planners and by her very own government and military. 9/10 of American people have already been marked for death, in fact, for the globalist population reduction agenda. I'm just going to read one more section. The SEAL's brother, also military and working with him in this covert work, is very ill now from radiation poisoning after the last nuke detecting disabling operation a month ago. He feels he is dying from radiation poisoning now. Christian readers, pray for him. None of this is a hoax or a game. We are dealing with real-life people and the potential for a deadly national crisis to come, and the lives of millions at stake as a result all across America. There's quite more to this article, and I'm going to put the link to both sites below for you. And again, I just want to bring this to your attention as a just in case. I'm not quite going to sound the shofar, the alarm yet, but I wanted to bring this to everyone's attention. We're only a few days away from what this insider, this Navy SEAL, gives as the date for nukes to be detonated around the United States of America that have been planted. The Boston Marathon bombing, allegedly a practice run for full takeover and martial law. And here's the headline again: the general in the Pentagon has held a covert executive order in his hands. Obama himself signed this executive order for nukes to be detonated. And again, we'll go back to before it's news. Obama signs Operation Ring of Fire, executive order for nukes and martial law. I urge you to look up and do your own research on Operation Ring of Fire. Leave me comments, everyone. Be safe.